But yeah, that would be the case if we did it as single ones, because then that would be the soft bit in the middle. Do you see that on the actual?
So basically, essentially, the main objective is that we're going to heat press the components together. On the larger project, on a larger scale of things, we're going to have some kind of conveyor belt which will feed all the components together. They will then be heated as one. In terms of how we're going to get them cut, whether we're going to have them cut before or after the heat press, these are still things we are considering. This is exactly what we're working on today. Things like this, and of course we always have in the back of our mind as well is that keeping this as simple and non-complex a process as possible, because it will mean that the people in Rwanda can actually make use of it. It will also mean it can actually be built in Rwanda, which will obviously reduce costs of transport and just things like that. So we're always keeping the people in Rwanda in mind as we build and develop our idea.
1, 2, 3.
So essentially this sanitary towel is going to be made out of 3 layers. Top one is going to be absorbent, it's going to allow water to come through. The middle layer, which is going to be the one made out of banana pulp, is going to be in the middle, and that's going to absorb all the water, and the bottom is going to be waterproof. So them, as it were, the polyethylene for the waterproof layer. That's the compressed banana pulp, which is going to be absorbent and actually absorb all the moisture, and this is going to be the layer that kind of sits on top, kind of for comfort, and lets all the water through.
Oh, you have to make a note of you went over your fingers with the
When we went to Rwanda, we really went with like a research-based trip in mind. Like we never even came into contact with a banana tree. Like we tried to buy one here, but it's just way too small. You can't grow them in England. So we sort of went out there completely blind. Like we knew we had to have banana fibres, but we didn't know how we were going to get them up the trees. And then from there to the finished product, it was literally every day we just try something new. And in the end, I'm quite happy with what we managed to achieve there, and it is sort of what we were expected to come back with.
Pardon?
Would you have it on the same size as this?
What on the same size?
Like these two, because they're going to be one on top of the other.
So basically we extract these fibres by basically scraping down the trunk and removing, there's a white pulp. Once all the pulp's removed from it, it's left out to dry in the sun. Then from this fibre here, we cut it up into smaller sections of about 2-3 mil. And then it's mixed with ash and water and a paper pulp, you can sort of see in here. I'll just take this apart. There's a little specks of paper. The paper just sort of helps it bond together, and sort of gives it a better appearance. When we hadn't added the paper, it was a sort of dull grey colour. So it just sort of bleaches it a little bit and just makes it look a little bit more appealing. And then from there it's all mixed together, and we use a casting net. It's basically a wooden frame with sieve material across it, and the sieve material is dipped into a basin filled with multiple batches of the heated banana fibres, ash and paper, and you basically cast in and bring it out, and you're left with a thin layer of the fibre, and then you just let them sit out to dry in the sun, and you are left with a papery absorbent banana sheet.